So the first technology I want to talk to you about is Ruby on Rails, also known as Rails. Rails is a server-side web application framework written in Ruby under the MIT license. But before we jump any further into Rails, I think it'll be helpful if we learn a little bit more about Ruby. Ruby is a language that first came onto the scene in the 1990s and has gained a lot of popularity with programmers. Ruby's creator, Yakahiro Matsumoto, said that the language is designed for programmer productivity and follows the principle of least astonishment, also known as POLA. What this basically means is that the language behaves in a way to cause the least amount of confusion to a programmer. A feature of Ruby is a Ruby gem. A Ruby gem is a package manager for the Ruby programming language that provides a standard format for distributing Ruby programs and libraries in a self-contained format. Why am I telling you this? Because Ruby on Rails is a software library that extends the Ruby programming language. In other words, it's technically a Ruby gem. So now that we learned a little bit about Ruby, let's jump back to Rails. Rails was written by David Hanson and is an extremely productive web application framework. In fact, some of the sites I used when I was researching for this project said that a developer using Rails could create an app 10 times faster than a developer using Java. Before we wrap up, I think there's a couple things you should walk away from this video knowing. The first is that Rails is a full stack framework. What this means is that Rails includes everything you need to create web applications using the model view controller method. And the second is that Rails uses convention over configuration, which basically means that it cuts down on the amount of decisions a developer needs to make in order to increase their productivity. Rails is loaded with features to make a developer more productive, and that's why it's a great language for any developer to use. And as if that wasn't enough, Rails is open source software, so not only is it free, but you have a whole community of developers at your fingertips. And Rails has plenty of competitors. Any other coding language you can think of. And to name a few, we could go with Java, PHP, C, and C++. The second technology I chose to talk about was Mixpanel Analytics. Mixpanel is a company that provides an advanced analytic platform for their mobile and web customers. Mixpanel gives their customers a tool to help analyze the actions of their users. And an action can be anything from someone uploading a picture to playing a video or sharing a post, for example. Any business that wants to organize their users' data to help create sales funnels and see user trends could use Mixpanel solutions. Mixpanel also has quite a few competitors: Google, Heap, and Amplitude, just to name a few. And it's not uncommon for users to have multiple analytic solutions in conjunction with each other. For example, OneMonth is utilizing Mixpanel and Google Analytics.